The $2,000 recurring monthly checks that are the subject of today's film are aimed primarily at low-income and, of course, fixed-income beneficiaries, such as survivors of Social Security Retirement Disability, SSDI, veterans of the Veterans Administration, VVA, and, of course, RRB. Now, I do want to share with you the specifics of several research that have been carried out recently, along with what I've been reading in the news lately, which is that the Holy Grail is moving forward with $2,000 monthly checks for the low income. And once more, I want to break all that down for you. The goal of the video is to show you all the numbers that are now available and demonstrate why this is the greatest answer going forward. Let's get started. Before we do that, though, I do want to share with you plenty of information, including what I've been seeing in the news lately. The best thing that came out of 2020 and 2021 was undoubtedly those 3 stimulus checks. Of course, a lot happened during that period. From the 3 checks we received, a great deal of research, reports, and data were collected, and as a result, they now have a far stronger strategy moving forward as we execute our ongoing work. We are equipped with much better knowledge here as a result of the economic recession and contraction that we are currently experiencing. Okay, based on those 3 checks that were issued again in 2020 and 20121, comes down to the efficacy of $2,000 ongoing monthly checks once more for the organizations and individuals that I described at the start of the video. Low-income fixed-income beneficiaries. Depending on the income ranges that we're genuinely looking at, this includes around 100 million people. Includes many individuals who might truly need this. But allow me to briefly go over the specifics of these studies that have been conducted and explain why, once more, I keep seeing this in the headlines. We are still experiencing high inflation at the moment. As you may recall, we have been experiencing accelerated inflation from early to mid-2021, which means that for over 3 years now, we have experienced abnormally high inflation. Why was that the case? Because they created $6 trillion, but they discovered that the next time, regardless of how bad the current economic downturn or recession actually is, they should start printing more money. I predict that they will do so once more, since that's what they do each and every time there is an economic downturn or recession. But they never fail to discover that the next time around, we actually don't need to provide checks to everyone. Instead, we just need to provide checks to those with fixed incomes and the lowest incomes. And this will really provide us with the precise outcomes we desire. So allow me to share with you the specifics of the study that I am currently seeing in the field. It is highly successful and consistently provides the results we desire. Now, I want to explain a few of these acronyms to you. MPC stands for Marginal Propensity to Consume. Now, again, I realize that sounds a little strange, but that basically states this. Weight MPC, Marginal Propensity to Consume. If we were to offer $2,000 to 100 different people on a monthly basis, some of whom have rich incomes, some have medium incomes, and others have poor incomes, they would essentially discover that the low-income individuals had higher mean psychological score, MPC. Those with middle-class incomes have middle-class or medium-class MPCs, while those with high incomes have low MPCs. But what does this truly mean? Well, according to their findings, if they were to donate $2,000 to the lowest income individuals, including those who get fixed income benefits, continue to find that 80% of that money is spent quickly, within 10 days on average. Since 80% of $2,000 equal $1,600, they have spent 80% of the entire $2,000. Thus, that's what they discover that, in 10 days, a low-income individual with a high MPC will spend $1,600 of the $2,000 allotted. All right, so let's see what they also discovered for a middle-class individual with a medium MPC. Income person discovered that almost half of the $2,000, or about $11,000, is spent in 10 days or less, with the other portion being essentially hoarded and saved without much thought given to it. Well, so the strategy may not be all that effective, but what they also discovered from high-income individuals who also have low marginal propensity to consume, MPC, is that they typically spend a relatively little portion of their income. Since it takes them a while to spend this money, roughly 30 days. So let's talk about what all of this means. As you might be thinking, hey, this is really confusing. What does this actually mean in the first place? Here are the answers. Remember the goal of stimulation checks as you proceed. The goal of stimulus checks is to spend them rapidly in order to boost the economy. Now, I know that occasionally senators or other officials will come out and say, "Oh, these checks are for you. We are concerned about you and everything like this." No, they are not. Their concerns are with the economy. They want to boost it and inflate the bubble once more. Accordingly, as a result of that is the reason stimulus checks are given out. Keep in mind that their sole purpose is to boost the economy. They want us to take that money and spend it quickly, which is why we keep finding in this report that if we were to wait, giving money to wealthy individuals who don't spend it is not the answer. And it is not what we want from stimulus checks. Since it is not the intended use of stimulus checks, we do not want folks to sit around and save money. The money from stimulus checks is meant to be spent rapidly. Therefore, this study's findings continue to show that giving money to those with higher incomes has little bearing on the economy and is ineffective. Thus, they may fire those individuals immediately and stop giving them money altogether, because it makes no difference what they do with it. They save it, pay off debt, and engage in other non-economic activities that don't boost the economy. Middle-class folks. What they discover is that once again, these people are not truly accomplishing the goal. They save half of the money and only spend a small portion of it, which is also not a smart strategy. When it comes to stimulus checks, yet the third category of low-income individuals has a high MPC. A high marginal propensity to consume simply indicates that they spend the money quickly, which is exactly what we want in this situation. Bingo, just what they're looking for these checks. So here's what they discovered. To put it briefly, they keep discovering that all they actually need to do is send out $2,000 monthly checks for the low-income and fixed-income people, regardless of the next economic downturn or recession. Beneficiaries, and once more, this could include 30 million people, 50 million people, or 100 million people. There's a very slim chance that it will include 100 million people, but it could include 40 to 50 million people. If they were to simply do this, send giving $2,000 recurring monthly checks to only the lowest income individuals will have the same or greater economic effects in that it will quickly boost the economy and bring in large amounts of money. Reviving the economy won't result in, to be fair, it would cause some inflation, but it won't push inflation up to 99.1%, like what we experienced in mid-2021, to huge inflation like what we faced with in mid-2021, all the way up until now, observed in June 2022 when it peaked. All right, so this is, as I mentioned before, the holy grail or gold situation. It's the best of all the possibilities because they keep finding that simply giving money to the lowest income people, even a 3-month period of continuous $2,000 monthly checks from individuals, would significantly boost the economy and have very little effect on inflation. Not terrible at all. Sounds quite exciting, huh? Well, yes, but we still need to keep an eye on how the economy is doing right now, on here, and how this entire thing plays out, which is again what I will keep doing. If you haven't already, please do yourself a huge favor and subscribe below. It's completely free. Then, share the video by clicking the share button directly below. As always, thanks for watching, and please feel free to share this video with your friends on social media. You may also return to the channel to view any of the thousands of other films. Until the next time, enjoy your day, be careful, and share any questions or comments you may have below. A good one, and I hope this one keeps you informed about what's truly going on here. I understand that you're busy, but I'm here to help in any way I can, and I'll talk to you later.